Okay, so with this lesson, we are going to start your perspective writing with Bandits from Esperanza's Rising. We've been working on this project for a couple of class periods now, and we're going to actually start writing today. So your learning target, students will be able to write part of a story from the perspective of the bandits in Esperanza Rising using third-person point of view and the vocabulary words from the Mexican Revolution lesson. So we need to go over third-person writing. Third-person point of view is when the writer uses pronouns like he, she, it, they, his, her, and their. The narrator is telling the story, but is not a character in the story. So he's going to speak about other characters, but not about himself. Most stories are going to use this point of view, including Esperanza Rising. As you can see right here, we're pretending like this is the narrator. He looked sad. He seemed nervous. He is talking about other people and what they are doing. The two other points of view, first person point of view, uses pronouns like I, my, we, our, me, and us. The narrator speaks about himself or herself. The narrator is usually also the main character. They may say, I was sad. I felt nervous. Many biographies are written in first person point of view. So examples of points of view first person using some of the vocabulary from your lesson. I do not like our authoritarian president because he enforces strict rules that take away our personal freedoms. Notice I use the word authoritarian. I also use the word I. So I am saying something. So this is going to be first person. We would like to have all the peasants come together and rebel against his rule. As you see, I used peasants and rebel as part of the vocabulary. This is also in first person. Second person point of view is when somebody is using you. You do not like our authoritarian president because he enforces strict rules that take away our personal freedoms. You would like to have all the peasants come together and rebel against his rule. I made a mistake on my slide. This should say third person. Examples of points of view of third person. Again, this is third person. He does not like the authoritarian president because he enforces strict rules that take away personal freedoms. He wants to have all peasants come together and rebel against the president. Notice when I wrote these sentences, I'm talking about he, a person that is in the story, not about myself. Esperanza Rising is in third person. Let's look at a part of this story. It says, she stared at Papa, not wanting to say a word, not wanting to lose the sound, not wanting to forget the feel of the heart of the valley. She pressed closer to the ground until her body was breathing with the earth's and with Papa's, the three hearts beating together. She smiled at Papa, not needing to talk, her eyes saying everything, and his smile answered hers, telling her that she had felt, telling her that he knew she had felt it. You see, the author is telling this story as if he is watching Esperanza and Esperanza's father laying in the field. That's how we know that this is third person. So if you look further down in the book, you're going to see places where it has I, we, and you in the story as well. This does not make it first person. So why do I see I, we, and you in the story too? Well, this is where it can get a little tricky. So let's look at an excerpt from Esperanza Rising where we're going to see I in the text. Here it says, tea was ready in Papa's study, and so was Abuelita. Come. All right, you guys know my Spanish is not good. Minita, my granddaughter, said Abuelita, holding up the yarn and crochet hooks. I am starting a new blanket and will teach you the zigzag. Notice right here it says I. It says, I am starting a new blanket and will teach you the zigzag. The reason we know this is not first person is because of these little things right here called quotations. When an author is writing in third person and he wants to tell us exactly what a character is saying, he is going to use quotations and then use first person. So what the author is telling us here is that Abuelita actually said the words, I am starting a new blanket and will teach you the zigzag. The author is telling us exactly what he sees Abuelita doing or saying. And he shows us that by using these quotation marks around the language that she uses. Now, go to the questions that are on your Canvas quiz and practice by answering them with what point of view the sentences are written in. Do not worry if you do not get them right the first time. This is only practice.